standout color this season, ladies, for runway is blue. It's all about blue, blue, blue. All of our industry designers have all come away with beautiful tones of blue, and I love these really. Yeah, they're beautiful colors. I'd love to pass the blues around. These blues this season, beautiful shades and textiles. You've got snake in this. We've got the specchios, the suedes, the printed fabrics. You've got beautiful blues and neons, baby blues. You know, ladies, I want you to use blue this season. Use it as a neutral. Ladies, use this blue. Use it as a neutral. And what I want you to do is avoid staying away from strong prints and color combinations. So use this with your outfits, again, with strong color combinations. Karl Lagerfeld, his trunk show this season, the Grand Palais, what he did was for Chanel, he literally recreated all of the Grand Palais as an underground, under the sea adventure. So we saw all these beautiful pearl necklaces and all these pink accents in all of his bags. They all represented the insides of shells, the color stories. Lagerfeld Chanel shoes all have beautiful coral heels. There was blues everywhere. So designers have really made this season, ladies, designers have made blue a very happy and stylish thing. There's two schools I want to talk about too. One of them is the New York point of view. And the New York point of view, ladies, is a really strong, it's about colors, but they're very, very strong. And these are some of the strong colors. And what happened in Paris was they also have the color palettes of really strong colors, but Paris muted the colors. So what they did was, you see the very soft colors, like in the Prada, that light blue, the light blue shoe. Let's find you some really soft. The idea of using these really soft colors. So that's the 2 points of view from New York and Paris. New York point of view, really, really strong, bright, bright colors. Paris took all the colors and muted them. Jason Wu, Alexander Wang, all softer, softer tones of the palettes. So we saw them in runway. When you pair back these ready-to-wear outfits, ladies, I want you to focus on the featured color. Match similarity, hued separates, and these saturated colors are tonal dresses and prints. Some of my favorites are Clergerie, Chloe, Marnie. All of these really resonate a common theme, and that is simplicity. The sophistication of a slingback, and this is one of my favorite slingbacks this season. It's one of my favorite slingbacks. If you look at this, what resonates a beautiful slingback, ladies, is actually the way, how beautiful the back of the sling, the thinness of the line that evolves around the back of the shoe.
Everything's like you did it on purpose. Everything's my size.
All right, I love it. The little black dress, ladies, of the shoe is the pump. In the 16th century, the pump was part of a footman's uniform. And the pump, as they say, the pompe, derived its name from the sound that the shoe made when it hit a new polished floor. In 18, yes.
Was it heeled?
It was heeled.
For men?
For men. It was used by the footmen. And it was as the men were walking on the polished floor. Pomp, pomp, pomp. It's the sound that the pump made. In 1838, the Count d'Orsay, and I want to show you, this is a d'Orsay cut. When we say d'Orsay cut, it's from 1838. The Count d'Orsay, what he did was he slimmed the sides. That created a cutaway and a lasting look that's still today. In the 1950s, Coco Chanel collaborated with Raymond Mazzaro and subconsciously launched a two-tone slingback. The black cap toe, as many of you know in Chanel, it made the foot appear smaller. In the 1950s, Givenchy introduced the low-heel opera pump. And in the 1960s, Jacqueline Kennedy set the White House style with her tailored, beautiful suits, her pillbox hats, and her classy pumps. And every president's wife since that has adopted the pump as a hallmark of respectability and good taste in our country. When women entered the workforce in the 1980s and the 1990s in great numbers, the pump became their best friend. The shoe fits, and finally women are able to wear it. In the 1880s and the 1890s, it was unseemly for a woman to really sort of like bring attention to herself. Rules of appropriate attire at that time dictated very dark colored shoes. And following the death of Queen Victoria's Albert, the court lent authority to long-lasting stature to the basic and black pump. That's where your basic black pump came from, was the death of Queen Victoria's Albert. So it was used not only for black pump for that, but it was used also for funerals, and that's where the origin of that, the black pump comes from. This season we're really excited about adding 2 new fantastic vendors to our assortment. One of them who I dearly love is Tabitha Simmons. Tabitha Simmons is English-born, and she's a contributing editor to Vogue magazine. What I love about her is that she literally has done this fantastic collaboration with Alexander McQueen and also with Zach Posen, 2 fantastic designers. The other great designer is Reed Krakoff. What I love about Reed, he's an American fashion designer. His look is really designed from luxury sportswear. And what he does is he sort of like has this juxtaposition of modern meets femininity, and also that we've got this utilitarian design that's also very highly sophisticated. So we're very excited about Nordstrom carrying these 2 fantastic new resources to our designer line. The ballroom slippers first came out in 1800s. Later on, they translated themselves and they became ballet shoes. If you know something about ballet shoes at that time period, their extra cloth was used at the tip and they were glued, which gave a little more extra support, especially if women were pointing in the ballet at that time. Later on, fast forward, they became caprizios in the 1940s. They were popularized by Audrey Hepburn in the 1957 as the perfect counterpart to the skinny capri pants. A little something about platform shoes. In 16th century Venice, these shoes were called chopins, and they placed the women's feet on platforms like 30 inches or more above the ground. It usually took 2 servants to stabilize these women, and was a major, I gotta tell you, it was social status at the time. It meant you had great wealth. As a matter of fact, a lot of the other Italians would come just to see this phenomenon of all these like tall women, you know, being marched around in Venice. The Venetian husbands, they loved it. They used to love to purchase these heavy wooden chopins because it meant that their women would not prevent them from straggling.
Can we spread that word now?
Yeah. Yes. No kidding, right? Here's a good one too.
Let's know about it.
Right? And the church authorities, they were the last to really sort of condone any sort of extravagant fashion. They loved the chopins. They proved them because it limited the participants the sinful act of dancing. Hooray for the church. Carmen Miranda came to Hollywood with suitcases of glitterly wedged soles. The European designers at that time were making this platform out of synthetic materials. You have to understand that during a lot of the time frames of historical periods, there was always shortage of things during wars or events or whatever it might have been, and at that time there was a shortage of leather and wood. In 1967, Vivier brought the platform back as a fashion statement in the psychedelic 1970s. These platforms became really thick. They sort of became outrageous, really. A lot of the doctors warned, you know, you better watch your spine and all of that. However, these platforms, they were multi-collected by women like Diana Ross, Stevie Nicks, and even Elton John. I'm sure that a few of you have some of these platforms still in your closets. So, I'm going to leave you with this tonight, ladies. Remember this. Ladies, sensible shoes command respect, but high heels, well, they solicit adoration. A Birkenstock may offer us deliverance, but ladies, I can guarantee you that a Louboutin will promise us adventure. Thank you.